Hi, TVC Kids, and happy Sunday to you. Hey, I have loved reading stories to you every day of the week. So if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you've probably heard some of the stories that we've read, and I've really enjoyed doing that. But I started thinking about Sundays and stories for Sundays, and I thought, who told the best stories? That would be Jesus. All right, so our next unit that we're going to study are parables. Those are the stories that Jesus told. And the cool thing about Jesus' stories, he tells them in a very creative, fun way, but he doesn't leave you hanging. He doesn't make you wait to find out what he means. Right afterwards, he tells us. So this story is the parable of the sower, and it's in Luke. And so I'm going to read it out of this cute little book because I just love children's books. And then we're going to talk about it. Are you ready? Here we go. Behold, a sower went out to sow. That means plant, okay? As he sowed, some of the seed fell upon the footpath, and it was trampled on, and the birds of the air came out and ate it up. Oh no. All right, so if I was going to plant some seeds, right? I got my little jar of seeds, and I decided to throw it right here in the rocks on the path. Do you think that would work? What do you think? You know, I've actually done that before. I've left a head of a sunflower on the path, and the birds flew in, and in a matter of seconds, all those seeds were gone. That's not a way to grow a flower, is it? Next, he said, some of the seed fell on rocks where there was very little soil. So not only just the path, but maybe I would set some seeds on this rock right here. What do you think? Are those going to grow? Probably not so much. They're going to get water on them, but are they going to be able to grow and root in there? No. Then he said, and some of the seed fell in the thistles and thorns, and they grew up and choked it out. All right, so I had to make up my own thistles and thorns, but think of something really messy like this, right? Take the seeds. If I throw them in on this messy bunch, do you think those are going to grow? Probably not so much. I don't even like looking at that messy stuff. But some of the seed fell on the good ground where it grew and bore fruit and 100-fold. So take a look at this. This is my little herb garden I'm just starting, right? And I was out here one day and I'm throwing seed in here. And this is good soil. This is soil I took care of and I nurtured it. And so guess what? There's lots of stuff growing. Some of them are teeny tiny still, but they're growing. You should have seen how teeny tiny the seeds were. And they're growing and growing and growing. So this is what Jesus says that means. Are you ready? Jesus says, well, first off, before he even started the explanation, he said, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Now, when Jesus says that, it means time to listen up, right? All right, so here we go. He says, the seed that's thrown on the path is like the seed is the word of God. And the seed that's thrown on the path is like someone who hears the word of God, but then the enemy comes in and swoops it out, just like those birds. So if you hear about God, and then suddenly you start hearing someone say, oh, he's not that important, maybe you shouldn't follow him. That's like seeds being thrown on the path. Next, he says about the rock, that's like someone who hears about Jesus and has so much joy. They're so excited, but they have no roots. What gives us roots? They have no roots to grow in their faith, and then temptations come. And when people start to say to them, oh, but you'll be better off if you come over here instead. Or let me show you this instead. You gotta have roots, don't you? All right, we're gonna talk about those roots in a minute. Then he talks about the thorny thistle. Oh, that's a terrible mess, isn't it? Those are people who hear, but the word is choked out of them by cares about riches and pleasures of life. You know, some people think that the best thing they could have is money, or the best thing they could have is fame, or the best thing they could have is an easy life with no hard work. Is that true? No. The best thing you could have is Jesus, right? And he teaches us the best way to live our life, but it's certainly not going to be growing in these thorny thistles, right? And that thought of thinking about always having to be famous, always having to have money, always having to have the easy life, that's like that thorny thistle. It's just going to choke the word of God right out of you. All right. And the last one. But the good ones that fell on the good ground, those are who, having heard the word with a noble and good heart, hear it and bear fruit with patience. All right, I love that my little garden is starting to grow. It's going to grow more and more the more I nurture it, the more I take care of it. All right, that's like the word of God in me and in you. All right, the more we take care of it, the more we spend time, the better off we're going to be and the more we're going to grow, right? So I've sent home to your family emails which have a little art sheet. Let me get those for you. Boop, boop. A little art sheet and a journal page that you guys can do at home. Now, if we were in class, we would do all these journals in class and then you would take them home. But for today, I'm going to send it home to you. I sent it in your email. If you guys aren't on our email list and you want one of those, just let me know, Jamie at the Village Chapel. But here's some of the questions that are on there, and let me see what you guys think. I'll give you a couple head starts, but I hope you'll do these with your mom and dad, okay? And so the first question is, what takes you off the path that Jesus has for you? We always talk about that. Jesus has a path. Our sin takes us off, but yet he's always got that path back for us. Is it distractions? Is it our attitude? Okay, work on that question. Second question is, what hard times keep you from seeking Jesus? Are you just too tired or too bored? Don't tell me you're too bored. Smart kids don't get bored. Are you scared? You know what? This is kind of a scary time sometimes. But you know what? When we're scared, we need to seek Jesus even more. So don't let that happen. Here's a third one. Is there stuff or things in your life that you think are more important than Jesus? Good question, right? Think about it. Is getting your way more important than doing it Jesus' way? Even grown-ups have to think about that, all right? And then the last one is, how do you stay close to Jesus? And the parable tells us, we get in his word, right? And then we could pray. We could spend times with our family and our friends. Those are all things that are going to make us strong. I hope this week you will take time, go through that parable out of Luke with your mom and dad, talk about what it means to grow strong in the word, all right? I want us all to grow strong, like little plants are going to grow and grow and grow, and not get choked out, not get trampled on. All right? I love you so much. That's why I care about this. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you soon.